snowy towers.
Talking to my mom about it. I was like, I feel like when you text me, it's the same feeling that I used to get when I would text like a crush. Like you'll sit by the phone and be like, I hope she responds soon. I really hope she hits me back. I feel like they're so in love with you.
Like you're so desperate.
Your mom, you're being so desperate about this.
My dad is the opposite though. Do you have a dad?
I have a dad.
You really never know.
It's so
you never
true. It's
know.
so
Like
true.
they could have passed or.
How were you made?
Do you have a dad? He claims to still not know how texting works.
Oh
like
my God.
He just doesn't text.
Yeah.
Or if he does, it's like Dear Zach, something.
Yeah. Several spaces.
Dad.
Yes.
I'm like, who do you think? How do you think I get this text message? Like,
and they do the thing where they
an
put two
envelope?
Spaces after a period,
Yes.
like everyone was told to do until 1985. I think that's the funniest thing in the world. I was like, why did that even start? Yeah.
But he just he'll go off the radar, and I'm like, oh, I haven't heard from my dad in 2 weeks. Hope he's okay.
Where is he?
Yeah.
I hear grunts and like sounds of approval from the background of my conversations with my mom, and that's how I know.
Are your families together?
Yeah,
your parents are together?
Yeah, my parents are
Do
together.
they like each other?
They like each other a lot.
Really?
It's kind of crazy. Very, very healthy household. I know. I marvel
How'd you
at
become
it.
a stand-up comic?
I don't know. I think I just didn't like myself enough for a really long time to give it a shot.
Wait, and do they support you doing it?
100%.
That's cool.
I actually, this has been a huge week. I posted about it a little bit, but I have left my job. I put in my 2 weeks notice at my job.
Laura Peak, how exciting. Wait, I was
Full-time
actually thinking of
comedian.
you because Laura featured for me at
Best night ever.
my headlining show at the Brea. I did really have fun. I hope you had fun too.
Oh, it was amazing. It was so much fun.
And it was like 100 people out of a 500 seat place, but it was still like, it was fun.
Of course. How big that room is just.
But that was Thursday.
Yeah.
And you were like, I intend to give my 2 week notice tomorrow. But you were kind of like, am I going to do it?
It was
so
really
you did
hard.
it on the Friday.
I did. I actually did. I actually ended up calling my boss. She lives in the UK, so they work whenever they want to.
Yeah, whenever that time
it's
period
so amazing.
happens.
And they got like, it's based in the UK, so I got like UK time off schedule. Get like a month and a half off every year, and then you can just add on to that, and they'll just cut your pay a little bit. Like, it's unbelievable. So
you
she
shouldn't quit that job.
Right? I know. I'm already. You really need to go. You should call her. We should pause. You should call her.
What's her name? I'll call her.
Shout out to Pamela. She's the best person in the world. But I couldn't work up the courage on Friday. I also couldn't get a hold of her because she's like on vacation for all of August. On holiday for all of August. She's like in Honduras, just living her life. And so on Sunday, I was like, are you available? Quick chat. And I just called. I gave it to her. She was so kind. Sent this email to like the whole board and the team that was like 6 paragraphs long. That was just like, we'll never forget what she contributed. And then was like, I mean, it was best case scenario. I was so scared. And she goes, also, if something happens, she was like, you can always come consult for us. Like, said that the job would essentially be there for me. I mean, I don't think I've ever felt this happy in my life the past few days.
And you were scared.
I was so scared. I'm just like light as a freaking feather right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
This is going to be, and I'm a big like woo-woo energy person.
Totally.
So like the energy you were giving to that job is going to be redistributed.
Yes.
In like a really cool, fun, crazy way.
I already feel it. Like I've put in, I'm doing another month with them because it was like I was there for a very long time and want to help transition or whatever.
Yeah.
And I haven't been doing, I've literally been taking all of these days off and like sending an email every now and then, like from the moment.
You're like, I'm going to be here, but you see how much time I have on vacation still.
Once you've given notice, that feeling is just like, but I can already feel myself. I'm like writing. I'm like going for long walks. I've been working out. It just like, I forget that all of us would be so much happier if work was not like you really do. You're deep enough in it that you're just like, this is looming over me every single day.
Yeah.
It is a weight on my spirit when I'm trying to give so much attention and time to the thing I'm actually passionate about and like not able to do it fully.
Oh my God.
Devastating. And I just feel, I'm truly like, this has been like the happiest 3 days of my life since I called him.
Congratulations. I will say it's hard enough to survive in LA.
Yes.
Period. So the fact that you can do that and pursue comedy and like entertainment full time now.
I know. Good Lord.
Very exciting.
And we're going to talk 3 months from now and I will be destitute
No,
and begging you for feature spots.
She's not. She's kidding. She's
I'm
a
just
comedian. No, you're not.
I'm so excited.
And I don't think you're going. I don't think you think that either.
No, I don't. I think I'm going to do great.
Laura was just selected as one of the new faces at the prestigious Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal.
Yes,
it's like 15 people or something like
I
that.
think it was. It's weird. I think it oscillates. It's like I've seen it as low as like 12. This year there were 20.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was 20 total.
I think my year there was something weird like 17.
So it seems
Isn't
like
that bizarre.
It
You'd
is
think
really
there'd be
bizarre.
like 15 coveted spots.
Yeah.
It's like maybe.
I kind of like I like that it's the most regimented and like you said, very prestigious thing. But I like that they're like, no, we'll put in as many people as we think are really good. That's very cool.
That year they picked 12. I mean,
you guys suck.
Yeah,
ass.
you fucking suck. They audition people all over the country.
It's like everyone's bombing. I did have a moment at the festival where you do your big showcase spot. We talked about this a little bit, but just the most nervous I've ever been for anything.
Of course.
And I'm a bit of a drinker, whatever, probably developing into a problem. But I was backstage and I was like, really in my head, I was like, I would like 1/4 of a beer right now. I was like, I would really just, I feel like it would take the edge off.
Before your big set?
Yes. I was just like, I am just nervous to the point that I just want like a sip of beer.
To take the edge off.
So stupid and not true at all and just totally invented by my horrible brain.
Sure.
But I'm standing backstage and I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I walk out and there's someone kind of standing at the door, like, guarding the green room so people don't go in there. And I was like, hey, I'm just going to go to the bar really quick. And she goes, are you performing tonight? And I said, yeah. She goes, we actually do not allow comics to drink before their sets. And I was like, somebody fucked up
hard.
Somebody blacked out and did the most important set of their life drunk.
Well, you heard the scandal of Southern Mama.
Oh my God.
Fascinating.
Was that your year?
Yeah. And
wow.
I think
how
he was
disappointing
drunk.
that then like colors your experience of the thing.
It was fascinating because I was sitting there and I was texting Alex. I was like, Laura and I have the same manager. I was texting our manager and I was like, yes, exactly. I was like, who the fuck is this Southern Mama piece of shit? Like, and it's like the Variety 10 to watch.
Oh, that's what he was on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it was like after people like, I think Joel Kim Booster, I think Dulce, maybe Phoebe Robbins. It was like heavy hitters
and a ton of excellent black comics. And wasn't he like extremely racist?
Chris Red hosted. He said at the end, his set first of all was horrible. He started with like a toast to our wives and girlfriends, may they never meet. What?
Someone wrote that joke in 1875.
Yeah, and it only was popular till 1876. And then they even stopped doing it.
This is some action.
So he did that, and then he's like, I want to apologize for the other comics you've seen tonight.
Stop.
I know you don't want to hear about race and sex and or sexuality. I know you just want to laugh at what's this festival called? Laugh Time? Yeah, dude.
And he's not kidding. He's not kidding.
No.
Laugh
and
Time
people
USA.
Like, just for laughs. Oh, just for laughs. Oh,
how do you even like? Okay, I'm not very even being from the South, not familiar with a one Mr. Southern Mama.
Consider yourself blessed.
But I mean, there's no way that his comedy was not like that for years before getting this, right? How do you even get selected for something like that?
I looked at his things. He was like a viral. He was like So it's like him being like, "Hey, blah blah," like front facing camera.
Hey, women.
Yeah, kind of Southern Mama, and I don't even know if he was dressing as a mama in it.
Okay,
but I remember watching one day. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But apparently he was selling out theaters at the time.
Oh my God, from just the internet. That's the danger of it. That's the danger.
Danger. And I'm also like, why don't we do that? Why don't we have a dumb character called Cucumber Girl and like sell out theaters doing Cucumber Girl?
Cucumber Girl.
Yeah,
Let's get a new sign in here. It's time.
Maybe something shorter than Cucumber because they charge like by the letter.
Cute gal. But it's spelled cuck. The Cucumber Podcast.
That's so. Wait, to be a cuck, is that specifically male?
I think of it as being specifically male. I don't know if it is by definition, but I think culturally, definitely, it's a straight man who is being cucked. Carson, my fiance, always says he has a way with words. But apparently they were like depicted. I have no idea if this is true, but they were depicted with like horns. Something about cuckolding includes like some sort of horny situation. Oh, and he always says the phrase, "She made me wear the horns of a cuckold." I think cuckold is such a funnier word than cuck.
Oh yeah.
I wish we didn't shorten it.
It must be from something.
I know. I don't know the origins. I bet it's
like a business thing. Like we cuckolded him. But
that's all that Succession was about. Is just about cuckolding.
Honestly, people are getting fucked in that show.
They truly
in front of each other.
I can't believe we have to wait so long.
Is it gonna be a while?
I think it's gonna be a while. I think last time it was like 2 years. And
okay, I will say though, every season is kind of the same.
Oh yeah.
It's yeah. Music, sell or don't sell, betray or don't betray.
Exactly.
Shiv has a bouncy haircut.
Yeah, Shiv has a new bouncy haircut and the most beautiful ass I've ever seen. Yes, we've been harassed.
It's good television.
It really is. It really is.
Wait, okay, so this is a sex podcast.
Oh, I love it.
You know that?
I did not. Is that bad? I did not. I love talking about sex.
Do you know what it's called?
Tower Bottom?
Good Morning Sodomites.
Oh my God, I love it. Wow, I'm so sorry.
No, oh my God. No, this is, and I do not employ gotcha journalism in any way,
What's
shape,
my
or
podcast
form.
about?
How many episodes? Do you know I literally don't listen to podcasts unless it's like, well, I listen to Seek Treatment and I
love Seek Treatment.
So funny. They are two of the funniest people.
Pat Regan was
New Face.
Yes, in my class. I loved him. Nicest man in the world.
Oh,
gorgeous eyelashes. He has the most beautiful eyelashes I've ever seen in my life.
He's attractive in general.
Totally.
And Catherine Cohen is so funny.
She's incredible. She's such an incredible performer. I had like just started doing comedy when I went to New York for something and went to like as the Club Cumming shows were just kind of starting, and I was like, this is what comedy can be.
Yeah.
I was so moved. Yeah. I was, because there was incredible stand up. I remember there was one woman on it and she was hilarious, but she was definitely the most like I'm a stand up on this show.
Yeah.
A real situation.
She had jokes. That's what we're shorthand. She had jokes. Yeah.
But she got on and it made me laugh so hard because she was like I feel like a straight male edgelord on this podcast or on this show.
Yeah.
It's so much variety.
Queer, it's like girls. It's like
yes.
I love it.
No, I know. Okay. What other podcasts do you listen to?
Oh, and self-help. Oh, self-help and murder podcasts.
Okay, yeah. I will listen to any murder. Sometimes I don't even choose which one it is. I'm just like, just tell me about some lady.
Dude, and when they kill kids.
Oh.
Damn.
I'm
like, kill the kids.
Now it's a sex podcast.
Kill the kids. That's so fucked up to say, but I'm just like, we're obviously going for depravity. We're going for like the dark side of the world when we listen to those, and I'm just like,
take me all the way. Take me all the way. I want murder, suicide.
The Girl Scout one?
No. Wait, is it like a podcast about a particular?
No, just one. I listen to Crime Junkie.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. They have a Girl Scout summer camp where 3 Girl Scouts get murdered.
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, that is my
a crazier twist is Kristen Chenoweth was supposed to go to that camp.
Like as a child,
yeah.
Oh my God! And we wouldn't have Kristen. It's unbelievable.
The gay community's lost so much. We can't lose Kristen.
I do. I mean, people talk about this, but the way that the way that you zone out during the most heinous things you've ever heard in your life,
just like chopping.
Nothing
vegetables.
Can touch me. Nothing can touch me.
And you're hearing like horrible.
She was
like,
raped to death.
To
you're
death,
like, oh my God.
That's when you pop back in. You're like,
oh, brother.
This shouldn't be
washing
the subconscious message permeating my brain.
No, it's really bad for us, but it's endlessly listenable.
So funny.
And all of them.
And then self-help. I'm addicted to like getting better.
Really? Okay.
Oh
Do you read self-help books and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, give me some recs. I'm really trying. I'm unemployed now. I'm trying to get on that train of just like, let's improve myself. I'll think about.
Send you home with some books.
Oh yes. Oh my God.
You Are a Badass. They have a few books.
Okay.
So good. And then I'm listening
I thought you were just to
telling
me that. I was like,
You Are a
thank you
Badass.
so much. That guy, I already feel better.
And then the one I'm reading right now is Think and Grow Rich, which is like an old book that they've updated. And it's like 15 things that like hugely accomplished
successful.
people have employed.
Oh, I love it.
In your brain.
See, I'm newly in therapy, have been in and out of it
For the first time ever?
No. Well, I mean,
Newly back or for real this time?
like for real this time. I've never done it I've never done it consistently. I've never stayed with anybody long. I just haven't like jived with anybody.
I'm like, I'm smarter than you. They'll say one fucked up thing. I'm like,
right,
that's not it.
Right. Yeah, you're an idiot. You're a bigger idiot than me. I can't pay you $175 for you to be an idiot.
Yeah.
But I found this was the first I've had who it was someone that I really trust and someone that I am much like recommended her to me.
Yeah.
And she understands the comedy world. She understands the pressure. She's just like so gentle and sweet. I am obsessed, and we're maybe like 2 months in, and I'm like, my habits are changing. Like stuff is working.
Does she give you homework?
Yes.
I've always wanted homework from a therapist, and they're just
never
like,
given you
they
any.
just like talk to me.
Are
I'm
you
like,
in therapy right now?
No, I have a psychiatrist though, because I'm on meds.
There we go. I'm about to lose my insurance, and I'm like, I need someone to just give me a lifetime supply of Zoloft. Oh, we're both on Zoloft. I always forget to tell you that because your joke is so good. Both on Zoloft.
How many milligrams?
I think I'm on the low end. I think I'm like 50.
50, okay.
Yeah, where are you at?
100.
Okay, yeah.
That's when it started to work.
I'm looking into my future. Well, I was amazed because I like have needed it for forever.
Yeah.
I do like that it's like combo anxiety depression because I'm incredibly anxious. But I swear, and it could have been placebo, it started to really work within like the first several weeks where I was like,
no.
I'm not spiraling.
When I hit, so it was 50, didn't really feel anything. 75, started to feel negative side effects, like harder to come.
Oh, the harder to come one exists.
But like also I was using sex compulsively, so it was a nice like break. But then I went up to 100, and it kind of went whoosh.
It leveled out.
Like I could all of a sudden
come a bunch.
I could come
I was just coming
anywhere.
Under any circumstance.
No, it's more that I was like, oh, like this is not a life or death situation.
Right.
Like my anxiety felt muted. Like
yeah.
It muted it.
That's I think the main thing, I'm like, I have so much trouble falling asleep. I will turn over things endlessly. It's just like I'm like going to war every night that I lay down my head. And it was so instant that those were just quiet. It was just quiet. It was a little bit quiet.
It was even hard to, something would happen and I wouldn't access panic.
I'm
know.
like, wait, I should be freaking out.
This would be upsetting me, but physiologically, nothing's happening.
Right. Yeah. That's so interesting.
Nice.
I know. I have been like a diehard crier for any reason every day of my life.
And you're not.
And it's almost like I need to cry a little bit. I almost feel like I'm kind of on the low end of crying now in a way that is upsetting.
Well, you're not crying about it.
So exactly. Look at me smiling.
I was on it for like a year and I was like, maybe I'm different now. Like I was making more money. My life wasn't, I went down, and I will say at 50, I think I cried. Like I was like, oh no. Like I'm still afflicted.
Yeah,
by whatever.
100%. I haven't cured whatever this was. Yeah.
Do you have, I almost only have bad dreams.
I have been having
nightmares,
the likes of which did that coincide with your taking this medication?
I don't know.
That's interesting. I haven't really thought about it.
I almost only have bad dreams, stress dreams.
I don't. Then again, I guess I don't know many people who are having like
great dreams.
Man, that dream ruled. Like I will say this. I have a lot of. I'm having like wet dreams.
No, this is
as a 31-year-old woman.
We're 18 minutes in. We haven't talked about sex once.
Yeah, let's get to it.
No.
Let's get to the cum.
Wet dreams. Do you have an orgasm?
So here's the thing. Okay, I believe that I have. Okay. I believe that I have definitely experienced that when I was younger. But here's what happens, and it's so funny because of how positively lame ass it is. It is lame ass. Okay, so I have a dream. Carson and I always talk about this because I'm like, when you have sex dreams, I'm like, is it about a particular person? He's like, no, it's just like it's the same way as when I masturbate. It's like it's a conglomeration of like boobs and butts and dicks. It's like what and I'm the same way. I'm like, I mostly will just think about women. It's been that way forever. I just think about like titties. I've recently come out to Carson as bi and been like, I know I'm bi.
What a reveal!
Really important moment in my life. Because I mean, in college, I would have sex with friends all the time. Okay. I just like had sex with like, you know, maybe 10 or 12 women when I was younger. And then I've been in this relationship for like 8 years. We've been monogamous for 8 years. Wow. And I found myself thinking like, I really am like, not just sexually, I'm like really drawn to this. I'm thinking about it a lot, and I stewed over it for a while. And then I told Carson, I think I'm most certainly bi, and he was like, yeah, like, sweetie, like welcome to the party. Yes, he was. It's so obvious because I feel like sometimes we have, and I'm of course not the first person to say this, but I think that women have internalized the male gaze so much that sometimes you look at women and you're like, am I attracted to them, or am I jealous of her body, or do I want to be them? Right. And for a while I convinced myself that it was just like, oh, it's like it's almost an envy thing, or you're just appreciative of like the female form. And then it's like, no, I want to eat her out. Like I want that woman to come in my mouth. Yeah.
Okay, wait. So you're still monogamous?
Still monogamous, and have been.
Do you have a plan for getting a woman to come in your mouth?
We talk about it, and I think it's a hurdle that we will go through. We just got engaged. I think it's a hurdle that we will go through. It's not this like absolutely driving.
I'm depressed.
No, it is not keeping me up at night. Like, our sex is very satisfying to me, and our sex life is like very fun.
Great.
But at some point, I mean, we have we have floated the idea a ton of just like threesomes. Let's bring a lady in, whatever. We will get there. I have no doubt. I'm not going to live the rest of my life without doing that again.
And he's probably very excited. Is he 100% straight?
I would say he is, yeah. I
don't want to make this about talking about him, obviously.
No. But
I never know it's okay to ask about
no,
couples.
I think he is 100% straight.
But in like probably like a chill, confident way. Not like
just I don't think I've ever dated a man like that.
Yeah.
Maybe like in like early college. To think about being with a person like that makes me laugh so hard. Just like what would I do? You're being such a bitch right now.
Yeah, you're being gay actually in a weird way.
This is the gayest shit you've ever done. Hating gay people is the gayest shit you can do. It's 100% true. But no, he's one of those like, we'll see a man and just be like, damn, you know, hot, so like so appreciative of people's attractiveness, and like we can very openly. It's like it could not be less jealous a relationship, but very openly can be like, I have like a crush, or I like think this person is attractive, and we've. Oh my god, it's very nice. It's very, very nice.
Is this directly because your parents set an example for you?
His parents are also together.
Oh, you sick fucks! You guys are in the minority, and you should feel a little weird about it.
I really do. Like, it's a miracle that we're not just like Christians. Like, it's a miracle that we don't just have like 6 kids by the time we're 25. Just such a solid upbringing, and they really like each other a lot too. They set a really good example for both of us.
Do your parents get along?
Yeah, they're very. I mean, they could not be more opposite.
Really?
Yes, his parents like super left, like big hippies. Live outside. They're just like all about the outdoors of Tennessee. They're kayaking there. Yes, and he's like
granola, crunchy.
He's a little bit crunchy, or just the most low maintenance person who ever lived, and really introduced me to like a sort of like peaceful existence that I had not been living, like a really quieting the mind.
Him and Zoloft.
Like him and Zoloft.
We're
having threesomes all the time. They DP'd you. I was thinking about my tiny little Zoloft pill going into my ass.
Honestly, wouldn't be an issue.
No, it'd be great. Honestly, we should try that first. Yeah,
pill and a DP.
But yeah. So he like introduced me to that. My family, a little bit further right. Some of them are extremely right. My parents are the best people in the world, but we disagree politically.
Did they vote for Trump?
My father did. My mother did not. My dad is I think coming around to just the insanity of everything that's happening right now, and I hope he is. My mom has really
just raided a former president.
Really unbelievable, unmatched stuff. I know. Carson and I were talking about this. It was like, Republican pundits were being like, this has never happened in history. It's like, yeah, nobody else has live tweeted their crimes. Like,
do you hear yourself?
Of course it hasn't happened.
He is the thing. It's not like we all of a sudden got crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So they're very different, but they do get along very well. I like to bring them together because it's just kind of, they are quite opposite, but they're just sweethearts. They're just really sweet people.
It's like Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers.
Exactly. It really is kind of reminiscent. Those movies hold up so well. I love Meet the Parents. I remember I used to, that's like a TBS hit,
you know me, Greg? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it is something I would definitely stop and watch.
Totally.
Because there's antics going on.
Yeah,
I will say always just something like the cat's died or like there's poop coming out of the thing. Someone pointed out that they hate that genre of movie because it's like a stress movie where things keep going wrong and you're like, I can't. But it's wacky.
It's wacky, and I get that, and I do understand that sentiment. I am much more inclined to things I like cannot watch are things that just make me like really embarrassed.
Oh sure.
Like
cringy stuff.
Yes, we kind of talked about this as like I can't even watch stuff alone. Like I'm too embarrassed to be alone and seeing it. I'll like close my computer and like get away from it, which I think is a testament to my mental illness.
Wait, when you yes.
It is.
But when you say this, is it the quality of the product?
No. See,
it's like
I love bad shit. But
okay.
I mean the perfect example, and unfortunately I would say I appreciate the art. I think he's absolutely brilliant, but I cannot watch Nathan Fielder do anything. I'm like, I see it and I get so humiliated.
I get that.
And
You're like
just
secondhand.
I truly, and that's on. It's like I don't have the constitution for it. It's like that's on
like,
me.
Please don't make this crazy lady feel crazy.
Exactly. It makes me. I think I'm thinking like it could be me. I'm a fucking idiot. He could do whatever he wanted to me, and I wouldn't know. I would look like such an idiot.
I will say, hidden camera footage of me does scare me into acting differently sometimes. I'm like, what if there's footage of this?
Hey, listen, we should all really kind of keep our anxieties heightened. You could end up on anything looking like a total psycho.
Yes. That said, I wish like we had like footage everywhere. I wish there were cameras everywhere recording everything.
Oh, I want to see it because this is so funny. This is like I did a podcast earlier and somebody recorded it on their phone. And I was like, he was like showing me some of it, and I was like, oh, I'd love to look at myself talk for a lot longer. I'm like, I want to see myself from every angle. I want to see how I exist in physical space and time.
Interesting.
So narcissistic.
Well, do you have a good side?
This baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have.
Oh, whatever. No.
And that's why
it was never gonna work. We can never do a podcast.
We could do it like toboggan style, like log flume.
You get a bench and we wrap our legs around each other. Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Oh my God. I know that was a struggle growing up. My brother and I both had the same good side, and it was a fight. Christmas pictures were always just like trying to get your left cheek up there.
You know what's so funny? I don't think I realized I had a good side until the past like 10 years.
Oh, when everyone starts taking pictures of you on stage?
Oh yeah.
Death of my self-confidence.
We have a friend in common who's a great photographer, but when he goes to take a picture of me on this side, I'm like, skip it. Because even if you like it, I'm not gonna ever post it.
I know.
Weird.
And I mean, he's a genius, but some people who are taking pictures of people doing comedy should be publicly executed.
Yeah,
like
okay, you're way. I can't believe I was nicer. But
I was raised Catholic.
No, me too. And yeah, for sure executed.
It's
like
so bad. I mean, hitting women. There's like a group of comics that have like a Facebook group, and part of it, or female comics, and part of it is just like posting pictures of just like, hey, I need like 12 people to tell me that I don't actually look like this because this is the saddest I've ever felt in my life. It will destroy your self-confidence.
Like, what? You saw this and the 46 pictures you took and you went, gonna send them that one.
That's the one. Also, it's like, if that's what I look like up there, no wonder people are laughing so hard. I'm a travesty. I'm an abomination.
Oh my God.
It's not her stand-up. She's a ghoul.
Wait, we were talking about your wet dreams.
So sorry. Wow. Okay.
No,
really
it's
fun
okay.
to chat with you.
It's a good.
Okay. Have been having wet dreams, I think, my entire young adult post-pubescent life. And I think they've taken different shapes over time.
Sure.
But within the past 5 or so years, for some reason, Zoloft did not experience the inability to come. Mm-hmm. Carson was once on an antidepressant where like that was a big thing for him. Yeah. And I'm coming. I'm
coming.
Oh, honey, I'm coming home. I got so much hornier because I didn't want to kill myself. You know, I was just the
quality of life.
My quality of life improved, and I was like, I deserve to come. And obviously, we're talking about a physical, thing, but it didn't happen to me. I was coming constantly, but I do think my dreams of sex have increased. And here's what it is: in the past 5 years, this is the most pathetic thing I'll ever say. It's me. I have so many beautiful people in my life. There are so many men and women that I could think about fucking and would love to fantasize about and do in my waking life. When I go to sleep, I have a dream where I am toting my computer around, furiously looking up porn, hiding from the people in my actual life so that I can sequester myself and rub one out. It's the saddest thing in the entire.
And it's a recurring dream.
I mean, I would say
only one.
I would say like twice a week we're having this. And it's
Laura, what's it mean?
What's wrong with me? I try to think of myself as a very sex positive person. It's me hiding in shame. Just like, goblin. It's me hiding in shame, finding a porn and being like, this isn't it. This isn't what I want. This isn't the vibe. I'm right on the verge. And my dad walks in, or someone comes.
No, you said dad.
I did. I can't take it back.
That's the clip.
Yeah. And my dad comes in. I'm like,
that is what does that mean?
I need to, you know what? I'm going to bring this up to my good friend Hillary, the therapist, because dear sweet God. And okay, I don't know. I would love to hear from women on this, because I do think there are times in my life where I'm so like where I have orgasm in my sleep, but now it's like I almost wake up feeling like I did because I've been so turned on for such a long time, and obviously probably kind of like rolling around and shit, but I don't have like orgasms.
Do you wake up your person and go, fuck me?
Yes, all the time. Okay,
really?
So this is something I've been writing about this recently and trying to explore what the hell is going on. But Carson and I, over the past 2 years, kind of the busiest times of our life, he's in law school, I'm trying to do and whatever, and it's like sex can fall off during those times. You've been together a while. It's like, yeah, we fuck in our sleep, I think about close to like 3 or 4 times a week.
You're kidding.
Like, we won't have had sex that day. We'll both be like a little bit horny, but like the timing doesn't match up, whatever. And then I'm waking up and he's like going for it. And he's also like coming to as we're fucking. And when I tell you that this is I just have these like huge orgasms, and then it just like roll over and fall back asleep 3 a.m. And I just, and sometimes he's told me, he's like, I woke up to you like sucking me off, where he's like,
you're sleep sucking?
I'm a big sleep sucker. And I'm like, because I always accuse him. It's a huge joke in our household now, where I'm like, you sexually assaulted me again last night. And we're
like,
just,
you're
doing it. You mouth raped. But I think what's happening, what we've assumed, I want cameras. I want a Paranormal Activity or sleep fucking to figure out what
we can get you a Ring camera from Target right now.
Solve the mystery. I think what's happening is that if you anyone's butt on your dick is gonna make you hard in your sleep. That makes sense. So I think that's just happening.
That was a tactic of mine when I'd sleep with cuddle with straight guys or whatever in college. Just kind of like little pushes.
Mm-hmm. Just
a little bit of like a little twitch.
Flex of the butt that kind of just.
Your foot kind of goes like daintily on their calf.
This is such a formative memory. I have, and it really just came to me. I will not say her name. She still exists. But I had a girl in like 6th grade. Wow, I had really forgotten about this. Where we slept over at each other's houses constantly, and we would like sleep together in bed. And I mean, just like the most subtle grinding, and you could tell that we were both into it. 6th, 7th grade. And it was like the most erotic feeling of my entire life, and I never like slept with her. We never did anything.
Was that your first like sexual experience
with a woman? Well, maybe in general too. No, I think I was like making out. I think I feel like 6th grade, you get like a little boyfriend, but with a woman, yeah, definitely. And I remember it so well. I remember the color of her braces.
Oh, because they had colored rubber bands or whatever.
Rubber bands around them. I remember what her room smelled like.
Who was the big spoon, little spoon?
I would be big. Some
Put
things
that
I need to
mound
discover.
the tailbone.
My mons is on your tailbone. I think referring to a vagina as a mound is the absolute funniest thing anyone's ever done. And I think about it all the time. Like, my mound, God.
Someone here said, like, as a little kid, I would lay mound down on the carpet and like rub, and I was like, mound down is the funniest
mound down
thing I've
new
ever
in
heard.
town. I know there was that's what my friends used to tell me. I never masturbated like this, but all my friends when they were young, they
lay on
lay
their
on
hands
their stomach
and like.
And I've tried it because it seems really erotic. I've like seen it in like movies and porn and stuff, and it seems very
girls like arching their back into their.
Yeah, that's like so hot and like really going for it. It doesn't appeal to. I have to be I'm like laying back like I'm at the gynecologist. Just this like very clinical going after myself.
Goblin vibes.
Yeah, really.
Kat Cohen, have you seen that bit? She talks about having like Zoom sex or like FaceTime sex with her guy, and she's like, and by the end, she's hunched over going, and the way she's doing it on stage is like truly demonic,
so
like demonic.
So true. I have many jokes about this, but I'm a very ugly comer. Like it takes like. I see these things in like shows or like, so, you know, like so when couples are going to like sex therapy or stuff where people recommend like there are like different types of orgasms, right? Like the female organism. And one of them is like, I cannot have just from penetration. I have to have clit stuff going on.
Yeah.
But one of them is like.
That's literally like 75%.
What a travesty. It's like you gave us this amazing thing and then only some of us get to come internally. Unfortunate. I have some friends that do it and I really kind of resent them. Yeah, they don't deserve it.
For a different reason.
They don't deserve it. They're not even that hot. I'm just kidding. They're probably fucked up for a different reason. But there's like, they describe these orgasms that it's like, it's almost like effortless, right? It's like it builds for so long and it's just these like waves of pleasure because our orgasms can be so lengthy, right? And over again and stuff. I have not accessed that in myself. I'm coming constantly when we're having sex, but I mean like I'm like
like like eking it out.
Yes, really. And then the moment it happens, I mean, I couldn't. It's not like it's it's hard fought, but it's very worth it. It couldn't be more pleasurable. Sure. But it's like the position that I can come most easily in is him. Like one of my legs up over one of his shoulders. Okay. So I'm kind of I have a dress on.
Honestly, the majority of my listeners wouldn't be phased. I don't think.
Let me just show you exactly what I do with my pussy. It's like that, and I mean he does like an impression of it where like the pressure that I'm putting on him with my leg, he's just like, he's so strong, he's like such a built guy, and he just has to kind of bear down. Which can't be great for him. Yeah, it's like I'm using your penis.
Do you always come when you have sex?
Yeah, I think. I mean, he's a really coming quickly has never been his problem.
Thing. Got it. Guys are really in two camps. It seems
they truly are.
Instant comers, or
this is going to take a while. Yeah, this is going to take a little while. And I mean, obviously, better scenario. Take as long as you need. But his like that's constant. And sometimes, I mean, when we first got together, he would come like maybe 80% of the time, and then other times he'd just be like, "I'm fine, like I'm good," and just wouldn't.
And he's a pleaser.
Oh my god. So like, if he's about to come, he will fully stop and be like, we're
close.
Gonna like we'll figure this out for you. But I think probably averaging easily 4 orgasms every time that we have sex. Carson, I love you.
Mic drop moment. Wow.
Isn't that nuts? It's because once I start, it might take a minute to get there, but once I start, you're
the
like,
floodgates are my god. Open.
Sometimes it'll take me like 30 seconds in between, like pretty gigantic orgasms. I'm so sorry to brag this much, but it's really, really good.
Go off.
I did find out, and I've been thinking about this so much. I did find out. We were having sex recently, and he kind of does the. He's gonna be mad. He kind of does this thing where you like we're a little bit rough, but like just like a little bit, like if I'm coming. And he did it kind of like harder the other day, and I came so instantly that I was like, something's unlocked. Hit me in the face. Yeah, it's like really sort of changed something in me where I'm like,
oh no,
I think this might be it.
Next time I see you, you're gonna have a black eye and like a fractured nose or something.
My relationship's actually better than it's ever been.
Good.
My orbital bones are destroyed.
Oh my god!
I'm amazed by it. But that's so fun to unlock something where it's like I've always really liked rough and rough and tumble. Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm not like particularly kinky. I guess like we're not. It's I think most people would consider it pretty normal sex.
Yeah.
But I've always liked a little bit of a little intensity to it. Yeah.
Hair pulling.
Mm-hmm. Choking, lots of choking.
Spanking,
lots of spanking.
Little slapping.
Slapping. I like to. It's a lot of times I'll be like half off the bed and just like
fighting for your life.
Yeah. Oh, Laura, I think you have a death wish. My main kink is that I really want to die.
And he's kind of like, I take it then you like, does he kind of like not jackhammer but like?
Oh, I like to be,
a little bit.
yeah. But we like mess with the tempo a lot. If
Sure.
he'll do whatever I need in that moment for sure. He's very like receptive, very giving. But I do like to be just
pummeled,
just plowed, just absolutely plowed.
Do you do anal?
I have tried.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think I'm scared. I think I'm scared to take that.
It is scary.
It is.
I
scary.
still get scared.
Yeah, I think I maybe did it for the first time with someone I didn't really like and got a bad taste in my mouth about it. Bad taste in my butt about it. You put a really bad taste in my butt. That's the name of the podcast.
It can be.
And but I don't know. Tell me ways to work myself into this. I'm really interested in it. I like it to be played with. Love a finger or two in there. Like I definitely like the.
Or does he? Do you get your ass eaten?
No, never had my ass eaten in my life.
Really?
We actually had a conversation about this
you
recently.
Start there.
I know.
I mean, like Scarborough Dub, and then.
Sometimes I feel like this is really fucked up. Sometimes I feel like my ass is never clean.
No. I mean, obviously that should be your biological instinct to be like, that's kind of a hazardous
situation.
Zone.
Yes, sure.
No, but it's not. And especially like 1 to 5 hours after a shower, you're fine.
Yes.
If you're feeling weird, baby wipe it.
Yeah.
Do you keep
easily?
baby wipes?
I love a baby wipe.
Same.
Love them for my vagina. Love them for my butt. Yeah.
Just like but then, just have them eat your ass a little bit.
That's a good gateway.
Because it's all for me about building up to it. Mm-hmm. So tongue, fingers, penis, and also wanting it.
Yeah.
Also start sitting on top, like straddling.
Okay.
So you can control. It's just like head in
the depth,
and then a little bit more, and then soon you will go like,
I get it. I get it.
Although
now.
I will say it's still like the sensation of like shitting. Like
yeah.
It's like
that
and it feels good to like poo.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite feelings.
But it's
since
like,
I was a child.
You're like, oh no, it's his dick.
It's
his dick.
I love it. I want to be a little bit nervous that I'm pooping on someone.
No, and honestly, if I had a vagina, I don't know if I'd ever want a guy to fuck me in the ass.
I think there are definite upsides, and I actually watch a lot of man and woman anal porn recently.
Sure.
Like I've been very into that. I think
those girls can really
take it.
Well,
there is one that I've landed on. I think it's like the top video on Bellesa right now and has been for
on what?
Bellesa. Have you ever used them? Okay, I've heard things that
Bellesa?
Bellesa, yeah, and they make BELLESSA.
Oh, okay.
And they make like toys and stuff. They have their own platform, and they do like a lot of original content that's like very good. And it is billed as like by women for women.
Oh, cool.
But I don't know how legitimate that. I don't want to be like, this is a completely
feminist
exactly
podcast. Feminist fuck session.
I can't know, but it is very like it's the type of porn that I want to watch. It doesn't feel like anybody's there of under duress.
Sure.
Which is impossible to find anywhere else. But they have a video recent that I've been watching repeatedly. Do you find one that you're just like, well, this is me for a month?
Not for a month, but I have favorites that I'll like go hunting for. And I'll be like, oh, I really want to see that one.
Yes.
But often you said earlier, like, in your porn dream, in your masturbation dream, you're like, this isn't it. This isn't the times I've sat there like jerking off for like a while
like
looking
minutes.
for the clip that I want. It's kind of crazy.
It is insane. How many minutes of our life could we get back?
If I could just be writing that time.
Jokes during that time. Try to do both. So then he goes, you're just right. That is such a trouble. And I used to have this problem a lot more than I do now, because now I'm like, I'll scrub the whole video. I'll make sure I'm going to be where I want to be. But like coming at the wrong time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
especially after you've waited for a little bit.
I've been building up for, I'm like playing with myself for like 20 minutes, being like, let's get it right. This will be amazing. And then it's just like a close up of the guy's face. And I'm like, fuck.
No. Wait. What do you want to see? The cum shot?
No. I want to see her coming. I can come really easily to women getting eaten out. I come most readily to lesbian porn of two women eating it, like really
eating each other.
Yeah, really going to town on each other. And I second most easily will come to one guy, two gals. I'm really into a threesome with two women.
Two women.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and that's like looking into your future.
I know. I'm really excited. I'm excited for Carson to listen to this and be like, "Well, it's now or never, babe." But I found this one video and have been watching so much anal recently. This woman has this orgasm like purely from. I mean, he's not touching her in any other way.
Put his penis in her butt.
It almost looks like she's like
having a stroke.
Yeah, like not gonna be okay. It's like like veins popping out of her head. I was like, I don't know if I'm capable of that as a person, like mentally.
Wait, what is your take on? Okay, there's this thing about women faking orgasms. So I guess I assume that in porn featuring women, they were faking and acting.
I feel like I can now, when I was younger, I feel like I can now really nail it down. And I think this particular platform, very good about, I'm like, that woman is having an orgasm. Because I mean, we're all different, obviously, but the amount of time that it takes to get to an orgasm. You can kind of tell it's like, oh, wow, that he's really been going at it for a minute. Yeah, this makes sense. And the main thing that I feel like is pretty indicative, and I would love anyone to let me know if you disagree with this, but I think the main thing that is pretty indicative is right before I have an orgasm, I am completely and utterly silent for at least like 10 seconds, because you're just like, you're getting yourself there. You might be like gasping just a little bit, but you're not like, yeah, like that's you're I'm gonna go. That's not it. I am like really quiet, because I'm like, I'm so close and I can't believe how good this is about to be. And then it's not like it's like a guttural, just like could easily just be my household where I've been smoking for 10 years. But I feel now that I can really kind of
figure it out.
I can figure it out.
They should have like a BuzzFeed video where girls and guys watch separately and say whether or not they think they're having an orgasm.
Really smart idea. Right? Wait, we should do that. Let's produce this.
Okay.
I would be so down for that.
Yeah.
And I would be so sad to see how many straight men
are
think.
like, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. They say yes to all of it. We're like, I guess they weren't wrong, but they're optimists, I guess.
She's like sucking him off, and he's like, she's coming right now. I think she already came.
Oh my God. Wait, but so does it take mental gymnastics for you to come?
Yes.
Like, you are picturing certain things, or like, is there a storyline?
Yes. So during sex, it's perfect, because I mean, there is no feeling in the world, I think, that can top being like stimulated and having someone in your vagina. It's, it doesn't take me much to get there, as long as the sex is good.
Yeah.
When I'm masturbating to porn, which is what I mostly do, I wish I had more of an imagination. I can get there pretty easily if it's something I find really hot.
Sure.
I have been trying to get off porn a little bit, just use my brain. And that can be really difficult for me. Like I said in the beginning, it's like I feel the same way that Carson does, where it's just like, it's just this like mishmash of just like
floating
titties.
all around. Yeah.
Like I'm in the 5th grade, just shiny boobs.
Shiny boobs, that does kind of like, that hits a nerve for me. Like, I think people were shinier.
Yes,
back in the day.
exactly. Exactly. So like I've been trying recently. That'll take me a lot longer. I really have to like, and I want to
do a free solo.
Yes, exactly.
No porn.
I want to explore more. Like I masturbate like it's a chore, right? I think we all do. Sometimes. Do you like?
So with the anxiety, I used to jerk off, I think, as like an anti-anxiety,
to release some pressure in your head.
Yeah. But now that I'm not coming as much because I'm like chiller, sometimes I do it as like I haven't come in a couple days, I should come.
Yeah. I have to service myself. That's I think I mostly have masturbated in the past as a result of just like some sort of stress or like boredom, or like there's something else I should really be doing and I don't want to do it, just procrastination.
Postponing, yeah.
Yes. But in those times when I'm like, it depends on the purpose of my masturbating. It depends like how I actually feel. But I feel like I'm not the type of person, and I hear so many women talk about this in a way that I'm like envious of, who like really have an experience of masturbating. Like do different things to yourself, get yourself started, like this really sort of like relaxing, just like it's like going to the fucking spa for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say candles, massage, oil, like
take care of myself for
nipple
a second.
clamps.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I'm just like jackhammering myself. Oh, I gotta go to work.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, baby.
Not anymore.
I'm gonna be jerking off all day, every day. I like get really addicted to porn. That's what happens when I go to my job. She really fell off the deep end.
I mean, you could, in theory, give up visual stimulation and eventually you would level out.
Yes. I did kind of notice. No, you're right. It's like it is a bit of an addiction. I did notice, or I do consistently notice, that if I am just using my imagination, those orgasms are very much stronger
interesting
than using porn.
That makes sense to me, actually.
Yep. Strongest is like sex when you're being penetrated. It makes sense. The second strongest is just my head, and porn, it's like my vagina's like whispering. It's like I'm here too. That's what it sounds like when women come. A lot of people don't know that. That's how I know they're not actually coming in porn.
No. Me and my guy friend used to do that because we thought that's what a queef was. Just a little. Yeah.
They're often so gigantic.
Yeah. They reverberate. Like, wait, what is echoing against
it's
what
really
right now?
Intense. It's really intense. I have talked to so many people, whether they were like, some of them who were in relationships when this happened, some of them who were like one night stands, but they were like, yeah, I mean, queef and just like ignore it. And I'm like, I'm fucking cracking up I'm taking us both out of it for at least a minute to be like, LOL before we get back to business.
Wait, like a penis-induced queef?
Yes. So like he hits a pocket of air. Yes.
Do you remember those? This is a sophisticated toy of the 90s. It was like a container of like gack. And you could like push
make it fart.
In yeah,
literally.
That to me is a vagina.
That is exactly right. It's a power vacuum. The troops pulled out, left some space for some real explosions to happen. And it's always just like he's exited you. Yeah, you've switched positions, and then the moment he goes back in, it's like he's deflating you.
Has to move stuff around, rearrange some things.
But I'm like, there's no universe where I'm not cracking. I'm sorry, it's so funny.
I'm glad, and you're with a partner who can laugh.
Oh,
isn't it weird to think about how there's couples who like, oh, I don't don't know if she poops. Like, I'm like, it feels like you're missing a layer of intimacy.
I mean, I think that's such a red flag for anybody's relationship. I like make him look at my poop sometimes. I
send my sister pictures of my poop with I'm like, this is a T. And it is like one, and then I'll write hours, like towers, and I'll send it to her.
That's amazing. Your sister sounds wonderful. That's the kind of intimacy I want. I know. I guess I don't. I've accumulated some very good company and don't know many people who are like, he's never heard me poot.
From what I've heard, you've done incredibly well selecting a mate.
Thank you.
Wait, and so when this is about, I guess, Carson and your sex life, but like, when is it the thrill of him like coming inside of you that makes you?
So here's the thing.
Okay.
That makes me what? Sorry.
I was gonna say orgasm.
Okay, no.
Okay.
Because I have always loved to be cummed in. What a beautiful experience. I love to just drip for the rest of the day. It's so fun. Just keep that person in your mind as you ruin your underwear.
Panties, yeah.
I've always loved it. But I stopped taking birth control. I am on no form of birth control and stopped taking birth control 5+ years ago in this relationship.
Was it fucking with your hormones?
It is. I mean, I was like suicidal. I hated every single one that they put me on. They would lower the dosage. They would mess around with the brand or whatever. And I was like, it could have. I think it was paired with the uncertainty of my life at the time and my level of depression or whatever. Yeah. But it was so obviously contributing to me being like a batshit insane person.
I fucking hate this.
This anxiety that was just so like unchecked. This depression that was just monumental that I couldn't get out from under for years and years. And then of course there are other options. I don't want to be irresponsible, but when you hear every girlfriend in your entire life tell you about the tremendous and unmitigated pain of getting an IUD put in, where it's hell on earth. It's like torture, and it can make your periods much worse.
Also, doesn't it do the same thing that the birth control
does? Yes, like, exactly. But like you can have hormonal or non-hormonal. I would want non-hormonal thing.
Gotcha.
But the non-hormonal one is makes people's periods just like unbearable. I already have horrible periods. I already have just like they make me vomit and like faint. It's like more of this. No, and it's just so. Obviously, we all know this. They just don't give a shit about making this more comfortable for women. No. Nobody cares about the pain that they're putting everybody in.
No.
So I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. We're pulling out. We're pulling out. And it's worked tremendously. He occasionally makes me call him the pullout king, but I think he's really good at it. Very controlled. Knows exactly when he's going to come. Wow. We have had absolutely no slip ups, no pregnancies at all, which is unbelievable.
Have you ever had a pregnancy scare?
I have never. I mean, I've had plenty of scares. Yes, yeah, totally.
But not been pregnant.
It was mostly my being mentally
a hysterical pregnancy.
I have a hysterical pregnancy every month. I just get on stage bloated as shit. No, but it has worked so well, and either one of our junk is broken, or like he's like very, very good at this, and it's been tremendous. But forever downside is that I miss being cummed in. And
wait, aren't there times definitively where you can't get pregnant?
Yes, there are. And it tends to be, around your period, outside of the middle of your cycle. I have like a very, very remarkably regular period. Yes, just naturally, cool. Which I'm the envy of all my female friends.
Coming.
I can feel
it's
it.
Happen today.
Exactly. I track it. I can tell like body wise. I can tell everything.
Track it like it's a predator.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so funny. My app is called Clue. And it makes me laugh so.
In the dining room?
Exactly. He's in my uterus with a scythe. Yeah. But it's so good about it. I think that I probably more than most people would be able to track it well and be able to have times where, but I just don't want the anxiety of it weighing over my head. I have such a bad tendency to really obsess over stuff like that. And it's like the one time that I'm going to do it, it's going to be like, healthy baby boy. I would get an abortion.
Okay, I was going to ask. I was like, how do I ask this question?
I know, I can see the wheels turning.
Especially when you reference yourself as, I can't believe we're not Christian. But I was like, how not Christian are you?
I reveal myself to be an evangelical right now. No, love abortion, big fan. Was wearing a t-shirt before I got here that said, I will aid and abet abortion. So, I mean, being from Tennessee, I'm like, y'all gals, come out here. Anybody who needs me at any time.
Did they overturn something there?
Or they had a trigger law, so it's like it's in the works. I think within 30 days or something, it's supposed to be. I haven't been watching it closely enough because I'm really angry. But Carson and I talk about this constantly. We're not doing kids. Like I'm really excited. The freedom of it. Do you want kids?
No.
Yeah, I just like who?
I literally have a joke where I was like, if I end up raising a child, something's gone horribly wrong. A sibling has died. I'm on an island of some sort. Like,
yes.
I am not. And especially gay guys have to like really want them. Like,
totally.
It's like
such a process
and stuff. Yeah, and I just no.
Totally.
I want to have like a really fun life, and I'll be like a tertiary caregiver. Like I'll be an uncle. Like 100%. I'll take him for a few hours.
Yeah, so fun. Buy him a gift or two. Have an ice cream cone. Love it. Never
Break
want
the
them
rules,
in my home.
Give them a peanut when they have an allergy. Be like, I didn't want
to
to do it.
But it's the best feeling in the world to have. I was talking about this with a friend yesterday, to have like really decided. It's like, that's not happening for me. I'm so thrilled.
It's really feeling, it's nice to hear it from a girl.
Yeah.
I know that sounds sexist, but I feel like a lot of my girlfriends do want to have kids.
Well, and I also think they either want to have kids and they've always wanted to have kids, which God bless, like I absolutely love it. I want to hang out with your children, whatever. But then I feel like I wasn't ready to say that I like didn't want kids because of how ingrained in our society the thing of like your biological clock will start to like you'll like
TikTok.
It'll hit at some point, and I'm like, I don't think it's hitting. I don't think my mind is going to change that much when I'm 40 that it just makes me a totally different type of person who's nurturing. I'm not. I'm not nurturing.
Kind of same.
I'm lazy, I'm selfish.
Like I'm trying to keep me alive.
Exactly.
Who's going to breastfeed me?
Exactly. No kids for us. Very thrilling to accept.
Yes.
Very thrilling.
Wow. Congrats on not having kids.
I'm so excited for the rest of my life.
Get baby showers too.
Oh, agreed.
No baby showers.
Agreed. Just buy me a bunch of like cocaine. I'm just kidding.
I mean, but not like your registry's on the dark web.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm registered
guns,
on the Silk Road.
Molly.
So funny. That's so funny. I love it. I know. It really is liberating. And it's like, I'm going to have a career and I'm going to have so much money and I'm going to have, or, you know, I won't be draining all of my money into someone else.
They cost like $1 million.
It's insane, and wages haven't gone up, and I don't know how we're expecting anyone to feel good about that decision right now.
So I wonder though if aside from climate change also being,
of course. I mean, that's the big one.
Want to fight for water and have a 6-year-old with me. Like but I was gonna say, you become mega successful in the next 5 years. Then you start to go, what else is there? I think
Carson and I have always talked about this, that like the impetus for us ever maybe wanting kids would be, I think.
You have so much
resources. You have so much resources. That would be amazing. We've never really banked on that, but that would be, that would be amazing. Or couples get bored, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like you are in a relationship for that long and you look across and you're 35 and you're like, what are we going to kind of do? I'm like, I'm going to do everything.
Yeah, I'll learn piano before I have a child.
I'll spend money on travel. I'll get really into gambling.
I don't know. Massage daily.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll find a way to spend the time and money.
I'll do so much stuff. I'm so capable of filling my own little mind with things to do.
Don't put that on me.
And you're so right. I mean, the climate change thing, number one. I cannot imagine being like, I exactly don't want the water wars to be happening with a kid being like, what's going on?
Also, they could be a complete fuck.
Oh, a psychopath.
Yeah.
That's the scariest thing to me, I think, is that it's like, I could do my best and
he could still murder me in my sleep.
Exactly. I could have like a terrible man. I could raise a terrible man.
Happens all the time.
And it really,
happens,
I mean, it's like 90%
of the time. Look at Tinder. Look at Hinge. A lot of bad parenting.
We fast forward and it's just
you have a
guy holding like 6 fish. Luke Peak. Wow, what a shithead.
Don't message me if you fuck more than 3 guys. Okay, wait. I usually do a segment called Hot or Not where I list things that like topics like water sports, and you say if you find them hot or not. I love it. But I thought we'd look at some news articles.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, this is kind of funny. Woman wins $5.2 million from Geico after catching STD in insured car.
Wait, okay. The car was insured by her?
I don't know.
By Geico?
Geico has been ordered to pay $5.2 million to a Missouri woman who says she caught a sexually transmitted disease in her ex-partner's car.
And I'm sorry, $5.2 million.
That is what ST...
So he was cheating,
I guess.
She sat down on his crabs or whatever it might have been, or got, and that.
Oh, she contracted HPV
during unprotected. They were just fucking in the car. It wasn't like a toilet seat situation. They were just full on fucking.
This is what it's news. It's a Newsweek article.
I mean, I think I got HPV at a lake. Could I sue the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency?
Honestly, if they have any money, yeah. That is wild.
That
Negligently infected her. Wow, in his automobile. That is Geico issued automobile insurance policy provided coverage for her injuries and losses.
HPV is so
Common?
fine.
Yeah.
It's so fine now. Good for her. I love the way that you can bend the law to get whatever you want. This is fascinating to me.
I agree.
I am very into that
There
story.
was someone who sued. They put their car. Oh my god.
That just
they were driving and they put it in cruise control. It was an RV, and then they went back to take a nap, and like they sued and won because it's like this is at the beginning, guys, of cruise control. They thought it like drove itself.
Oh my god.
It was a Darwin Award person.
I was gonna say, just let's give him a lot of money so we keep him off the street. That's just the dumbest human being who is. Let's get him in a gilded castle and never have him see anyone again.
Oh wait, this is okay. This is kind of funny. Fury over wife refusing sex with husband unless he shaves beard.
His body.
Choice.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically. So people got mad at her because she said she wouldn't have sex with her husband unless he shaved his beard.
Oh my god.
And he loves it. Wait, what is your stance on this? This is interesting, kind of.
I think I mean, it's so funny how flip-flopped everything is based on being a woman.
Yeah.
But if a man did that to me and was like, shave your pussy or we're not having sex, I would be like, I'm gonna kill you in the street.
With my pussy hair.
With my pussy, I will strangle you.
With pussy hair in it. And
Someone
you will
choking to death on your pussy hair. Oh, that's feminism. But this makes me laugh really hard, which is totally unfair. I mean, if it's here's a classic example of it's not about the beard, honey. We've got some control issues going on in this relationship. You guys do not like each other.
I was gonna say she's just trying to reclaim some power.
Yes, yeah.
Like, I guess what are the odds the beard is so disgusting?
Okay, that's a really good question. Is it like 4 feet
yeah,
long?
is it like a Duck Dynasty fucking beard with the crackers in it and stuff?
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Smells at all?
If that's the case, then you gotta just divorce this man. Like it's not even about the beard. He's mentally ill.
I will say, okay, stubble looks very attractive.
Love it, hot.
But
yours
also,
looks great, by the way.
You.
Yeah, I love your
facial
facial
hair.
hair.
Long enough to be soft.
Yeah,
but
very
like
nice.
when it's like shaved, I hooked up with like an Italian frat guy in
that
college.
Sounds very hot.
But his stubble was so rough, my whole mouth was like red and
it just there's something so insanely masculine about feeling it like with your hand and just feeling oh my god, but like
guy's cum is good probably.
This guy's cum tastes like Italian sausage. I can tell. I can tell.
Not taste like Italian sausage.
But then the moment that they are on your face or like eating you out or something, you're like, shh, shh. It's highly uncomfortable to have that situation.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
In between your thighs, it's like wearing a skirt all day in like really intense heat.
Oh, wait, this is kind of good because I'm actually curious about this. Okay, sexless relationships, why couples lose their spark and how to get it back.
Oh,
so just prompting there, like, okay, you seem to have a very fulfilling sex life and you've been having sex with your partner for how long?
Going on 8 years.
Wow.
Exclusively too. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has it, if you saw it on a graph, has it dipped? Has it spiked?
100%.
Okay.
Like there are certainly peaks and valleys. We have gone through times when, I mean, to be totally frank, like unhappier times in our relationship where we've had like issues.
Yeah.
And it's like, the one thing that I always remember is like if something is wrong, having sex helps it a lot. It's not going to cure it, but like just practicing intimacy, especially if you feel like distant or like don't feel super close, it makes things so much better. But of course, if you're in that, or if like there have been periods where both of us are like really depressed or like, things are going wrong, money is going wrong,
Domino's
we've lived
pizza.
a lifetime together. Yeah. Exactly.
You're like, I've got a fart that will level this city.
I will be
if you start
giving his eulogy.
Poking around.
You go poking around in there tonight.
Set something off.
I'm a time bomb. But we have had like those periods where it's just like things aren't great in our, or having a tougher time in a relationship or just having a tough time in our lives. So I do, but those periods are not long, not frequent and not long. Like right now we're in a just like fucking every day kind of thing. I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love your tip that if you're feeling distant, have sex.
Yeah.
But isn't it like a pride thing sometimes?
It is. And that's like, I think we both do, like he and I both do a lot of work on like, your ego will obviously get in the way.
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm grumpy or like I'm mad or whatever, it's very hard. But and I mean, if we're like fighting, we're not gonna fuck each other.
Sure.
But like, if it's a moment where it's like we're having like an off few days, or like I've been gone a lot for stand up or whatever, that's like a struggle in our relationship. It's like it helps so much to be like, let's put this aside and like be really, really close and fuck and like really fuck, like, and then we're dreamy and we're like making coffee and all sweaty and stuff. It's the best.
Do you guys ever have like sex in peculiar places?
I really. I love to think of myself as like
adventurous.
Adventurous, sexy little freaky gal. But no, I mean I have had sex in odd places, but it was when it was required of me because I was young and I didn't have a home.
It was like the backseat of something.
You're like when someone made you.
I was like, and next week we'll be talking about Laura's trauma.
No, when it was like I
circumstantial
living
basements,
with my parents.
Yeah,
totally. Many cars, lakes. Boats.
Even like do you guys ever go on like hikes and like
we hike
constantly, blowjobs
and we'll get a little bit horny. I gave him a blowjob on a like river, like in a canoe.
You could have
a couple years ago.
Wiener off. Or it was a slow river, I guess.
It was
I'm picturing River Wild with Meryl Streep and Kevin
Whitewater
Bacon.
rafting, just chomping. Chomping his absolute dick off. Oh, this is so funny. There's a guide. There are like 6 other people on the boat. She's really giving it to him.
You're still just like latched on.
No, alone, lazy river in Tennessee, very slow moving,
very safe.
Yeah, but I wish I kind of. We'll get like really horny outside together, but we'll never actually fuck. We'll just kind of mess around with each other, touch each other. Oh my God. I think it's been long enough that the statute of limitations on this is done and I can talk about it.
Oh my God, I love it.
I'm going to have to hide this from my parents. Maybe 2 years into our relationship, we were both in Nashville and we went to the library together. And he's a very bookish man. He's a very learned man. He loves to read. I think it's the hottest thing in the world. We went for like a study day, and he was just like, we're always like, that's how we fell in love. Is him like coming up to me at parties and being like, read this thing I just read, and we were like, read the same fiction at the same time and like talk about it.
What the fuck? If I saw that in a movie, I'd be like, this is so stupid.
Gay.
Yeah, I was gonna say gay too. I was like, gay.
Gayest thing ever.
It sounds like a YA novel. Took his he's the hot guy with glasses, and he's like, what do you think this means?
My best friend in the world does an impression of him, and it's just him going,
no,
showing you a paragraph that moved him.
Look at this.
He's so learned.
Kind of beautiful.
But we were at the library together. I was giving him sort of an over the pants situation because we got really horny and we were like newly in a relationship. We were just like so turned on. We did that for like 2 hours, like really just sort of like nobody was coming. We clothes are fully on, but just like his dick's hard. We're like really getting horny. He's like kind of fingering me. I had a skirt on, and 2 hours into this, 2 of the fattest security guards I've ever seen in my life
rolled up,
come to our like private
room,
and they go, "We've been watching you for hours. We're going to escort you out of the building. If we see you at a public library in Nashville within the next year, you will be arrested." And we both got banned from the library, from all Nashville public libraries, all branches, for a year. They had pictures of us. They had pictures of us on the wall,
sex offender
like
type
persona
thing?
non grata, like their little freakazoids, like cannot be loved. And they escorted us out. They like everyone was watching. They were like they really scooted us out of the building. It was the most humiliating moment of my life. And I went off on one of the dudes because they were like such like redneck, just like
they were like looking. They hated you because you were like a young hot couple.
Exactly, and they were like rent-a-cop idiots. And I started kind of yelling. I was like, "Why the fuck did you watch for 2 hours before you came here?"
I would like, I want to see the footage.
Exactly. Yeah, give me that. It had to have been the hottest thing in the world. I bet they were really good.
It was genitalia out?
Nothing was out. Nothing was out.
I would take that to the Supreme Court.
We didn't tell our folks. We were like both like living at home at the time. We were so scared to contest it because it was like because then I have to admit that I'm given an HJ. Library quiet room.
Any respectable adult has done something similar.
Of course. Yeah, of course. And it was the grossest thing in the world to be like, you fucking idiots were just watching us like rub up against each other for 2 hours, Zach. They were like, we've been watching for 2 hours.
And like, wait, I'm still so confused. From in person or a camera?
There was a camera in the corner of the room that neither of us noticed, and they were watching
security.
But
If any security guards are listening to this podcast, don't interrupt people until you see titties or dicks.
Tits big out and he's like sucking on them. That would be incredibly.
If saliva is flying, but don't for caressing a boner.
And this was absolutely the funniest part is that they gave us the like clause that prohibited precisely what we were doing, and because I think I did ask. I was like really? What? I was like, wait, I wasn't like sucking him off, like what? And then I
Your Honor, I wasn't
sucking him off yet. But there was a particular clause in like the Nashville Public Library like rules and regulations that said you cannot touch anyone over their clothing in a way that is obviously gratifying. So if I had been giving him like a terrible hand job, they'd be like, I don't even think he's enjoying it.
Yeah, I'd be like, that flies.
That poor guy.
But like no hugs then? I know you haven't been hugged much in your life, sir.
Oh my God. I wish I had you on my legal team back in Tennessee. Let's take this all the way to
There's one of those things I think I could just start doing.
I can argue like nobody's business.
Yeah, I'd be like, wait, you're telling me.
You start everything with that. Wait. So
you're telling me.
It'd be an amazing
It'd be very disorienting.
I love it.
Okay, the last thing is, what's like a piece of advice you would give to like young Laura before she began her sexual journey?
Ooh, that's huge.
Or women maybe in general, or like maybe something everyone needs to hear about sex.
You know, I'll think of my own, but the first thing that comes to my mind is something that I'm lifting from our good friend Amy Silverberg, which I think gave her mother had told her this, and it was before Amy even started having sex. Her mom told her, didn't scold her about who she may or may not sleep with, didn't tell her not to do it, but just said, only have sex with people that respect you, not people you're in love with. No, the bar isn't that high. People that respect you. And I could have used that throughout many, many years of my life when I was really slutting it up with a lot of very fun people, but also with a lot of people that I despised and who despised me for years and years.
Sure.
And also, I think you're never fake it. Make sure that someone gives at least a quarter of a shit about you feeling good. Never spend any time with people that won't go down on you.
Yeah.
And don't worry about being pregnant all the time. You're fine.
You're not.
You're
he's
fine.
The king of the pullout.
He's the
POK. Where can people find you?
Oh, I am at Laura Peek Comedy. That's PEEK on Instagram. I think I'm the same thing on TikTok, and then I'm Laura Peek _ on Twitter.
That means you're not very present on TikTok?
I can't remember. I'm like, I think I might have changed it to be congruent with my Instagram, but I don't spend a lot of time.
Do you post?
I started out strong posting, and then I kind of let it go by the wayside. I need to get back up there.
Have you had one go crazy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's addictive.
It's amazing because people follow you so fast.
I know.
So much different than any other platform.
Most growth. Twitter, I am fighting for my life.
I fucking hate Twitter so much.
Fighting for my life.
I hate it so much. I feel like
destroys my self-esteem. I'm like, no one thought that was funny. No one.
I feel like such a small little hillbilly on
Twitter.
Yeah.
And it does not help seeing other people with like thousands of likes on every post.
Totally.
I'm like,
You son of a bitch. You're not that much smarter than me.
Yeah, let's just post videos of us jerking off to Twitter and see if that gets our numbies up.
Honestly, probably. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, it was so fun. Love you.
Love you.